Insertion of new clauses 19A and 19B. There is one amendment for insertion of new clauses 19A and 19B, number 22 by Dr. V. Sivadasan. Are you moving the amendment?
Sir, democratic rights.
Nothing is going on record. Nothing is going on record. You have to say yes or no. That's all. Clause 20 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 20 is adopted. The preamble stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The preamble is adopted. Clause 1 stands part of the bill. There is one amendment, number 14 by Dr. V. Sivadasan. Are you moving the amendment?
Sir, the right of the opposition
Yes, please, you are not interested in moving. You have to say yes and no only. I shall now put clause 1 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1 is adopted. The enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The enacting formula and the title are adopted. Shri Ashwini Vaishnav to move that the bill be passed.
Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir, I rise to move that the bill be passed.
Motion moved that the bill be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. The House is adjourned for 10 minutes.
All right, so online gaming bill has been passed there in Rajya Sabha, and with this we're taking a very short break. We'll be right back with more updates on this, but there on the screen you can see this has been a very stormy session. Today is the last day of the monsoon session of the Parliament, and just a while back the online gaming bill has been passed in Rajya Sabha. All right, so this is as far as the online gaming bill that is concerned. It will, in fact, defer all the celebrities and influencers from promotion of the betting app. Offshore operators flouting compliance norms has also been tightened as far as the gaming bill is concerned. And just a while back, it was passed in Rajya Sabha. There on the screens, you can see the visuals of the stormy session of the Parliament. Today is the last day of the monsoon session of the Parliament. The Lok Sabha has been adjourned, and now so has Rajya Sabha as far as the monsoon session of the Parliament is concerned. And with this, we're taking a very short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll tell you about the Dharmastala mass burial case. Sources have told Republic TV that there's a political link and money trail in the Dharmastala conspiracy, which is now under the lens.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
I choose a world where we care and we dare to love. I choose a world where we dream and the limit is the sky. And this world is my home where I'm living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics.
Living my best life.
Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
The Agni 5 missile, recently tested, exhibited a flight path that deviated from the typical ballistic trajectory expected of such missiles. Unlike the standard parabolic arc that characterizes most ballistic missile flights, the Agni 5's movement included a distinct zigzag pattern during its ascent, which is unusual for conventional ballistic trajectories. This deviation is not merely a visual anomaly, but a deliberate design choice, reflecting advancements in missile technology and strategic considerations. The zigzag pattern observed in the Agni 5's flight can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, it may be a result of the missile's guidance system making real-time corrections to its path. Modern ballistic missiles, especially those with intercontinental capabilities, are equipped with advanced inertial navigation systems and possibly even satellite-guided corrections. These systems allow the missile to adjust its course mid-flight to compensate for external factors like wind resistance, atmospheric density, or even potential defensive measures. The zigzag could be an evasive maneuver designed to confound anti-missile defenses, making it harder for interceptors to predict and track the missile's path. Secondly, the Agni 5's design incorporates multiple stages, each with its own propulsion system. The transition between these stages, particularly the separation of the boost phase and the entry into the mid-course phase, can cause slight deviations in the trajectory. The observed zigzag might be a visual effect of these stage separations, where the exhaust plumes and the missile's body create a deceptive appearance of erratic movement. This is not uncommon.
Key message that I've had throughout the mission, while going up, while on orbit and while coming back, भारत आज भी अंतरिक्ष से सारे जहां से अच्छा दिखता है. जय हिंद, जय भारत.
Recalling his historic mission to International Space Station, Shubhanshu Shukla says India is the best in the whole world. Shubhanshu Shukla shares an inspirational message to space aspirants, says never give up on your dreams.
Of work is done in human rating of the vehicle health management system development, orbital module development, crew escape system development, environmental control and safety system development, parachute development, human-centric product development. In fact, I am happy to say that almost 80% tests are completed.
After Mission International Space Station, next India eyes the Mission Gaganyaan. After Republic TV exposes Dharmastala hoax, Karnataka police arrest hoax activist. His name is Mahesh. High-speed car runs over and kills elderly man near Air Force Station in Mullapur, not too far from Chandigarh. Beer bottles have been found in this car. There's an allegation of the cover-up that has now surfaced. And just a while back, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar has met with his Russian counterpart in Moscow. He's all set to discuss the bilateral agenda. Republic TV smashes all records across a time band. Your channel is most watched and most trusted. And he remains India's undisputed primetime king. Arnab Goswami debate buries landing channels, hits 92.8% record. You're watching Republic TV with me, Akanksha Khajure, and we're getting the visuals of the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar meeting with his Russian counterpart in Moscow. And let's show you that visual that is coming in. The meeting has already started as we speak, and in a key diplomatic engagement aimed at reinforcing the special privileged strategic partnership between India and Russia. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is meeting with the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in Moscow as we speak. A major focus will be on developing transportation, logistics and financial systems that operate independently of the countries imposing sanction, an effort to safeguard the economic sovereignty and expand the use of national currencies in the bilateral trade between India and Russia. The meeting comes at a time when both the nations are seeking to deepen their political dialogue across the bilateral and multilateral platforms, including the United Nations, BRICS and the SCO, and in fact, the G20 group as well. So this is, in fact, a crucial meeting that is currently underway between the External Affairs Ministers S. Jaishankar and the Russian Foreign Minister as we speak. In fact, just a while back, External Affairs Minister, our Indian Minister, has said that there is a need to maximize our shared complementarities. He has also said that we have close and deep relationship. Went on to say that we now prepare for annual summit in the end of the year. The international relations are changing. Today's meeting occasion is in fact quite crucial, is what he has said just a while back. In fact, Russian Foreign Minister has said to External Affairs Minister that we see emergence of a new architecture in international relationship between India and Russia. It's a multipolar world, he has said, with role played by SCO, BRICS and G20. This meeting that you can see on the screen is underway. And remember, in fact, this comes in the backdrop of the sanctions and the tariff imposed on India by the United States because of the purchase of oil from Russia. Let me go across to my colleague Chandrakala, who's been tracking every single detail of this crucial meeting. Chandrakala, tell us about what is happening right now as we speak. Several statements coming in from the Russian Foreign Minister and also our External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar. What is lined up there in Moscow?
Well, absolutely. A very, very crucial meeting is underway in the backdrop of course, the recent tariff being imposed by U.S. President Trump. Now, the Russian Foreign Minister is meeting the External Affairs Minister of India, Jaishankar, there in Moscow. And of course, the meeting is particularly focused on, will be touched upon the issues of enhancing cooperation in the transport, energy, and agricultural and scientific technical spheres. Of course, the main emphasis will be placed on promoting transportation, logistics, banking and financial chains independent from countries imposing sanctions. In fact, I would like to mention here that the Russian envoy yesterday has clearly pointed out that, Indian goods are now open to Russian market if it faces difficulties in US. So yes, this is a huge message, and of course a very, very important meeting is currently underway where we could see both the leaders are basically focusing on ramping up efforts to bolster the ties in the backdrop of U.S. President Trump tariff threat to India. In fact, I would like to mention here that India is the second largest trade partner when it comes to buying Russian oil after China, and also the trade accounts to 40% of the global, the total energy. And now Russia has also mentioned that a 5% discount would be given to India as far as buying Russian oil is concerned. So yes, despite all the, despite the relationship going down the hill between India and US, now India and Russia are ramping up efforts to bolster ties and strengthen trade between both the nations. So yes, this meeting is definitely critical and crucial right at this moment, and we await more details as to what could be the outcome of this meeting.
Absolutely. All eyes will be on that, Chandrakala. In fact, stay on with us. I'm also joined by Kruthat from Republic TV Newsroom. Kruthat, in fact, before I come to him, let's listen into what External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said in this meeting.
In Moscow to be here. I thank you for your warm welcome and for your hospitality. We have, of course, been meeting regularly on the sidelines of multilateral events as well, most recently at the BRICS Summit, at the SCO Foreign Ministers Summit. And I think these regular meetings have helped us to be in continuous touch, which is important at a time when international relations is changing so much. Today's meeting gives us an occasion to discuss our political relationship as well, but also to review our bilateral ties. So I look forward to an exchange of views on politics, on trade, on economic investment, defense, science and technology, and of course people-to-people exchanges. Our leaders met in July for the 22nd annual summit last year, and thereafter in Kazan. We now prepare for the annual summit at the end of the year, and they have always given us guidance to take forward our special and privileged strategic partnership. We've had, as you noted, a very productive meeting yesterday with Denis Manturov on the Intergovernmental Commission. I think we discussed a lot of issues in our bilateral cooperation, found a lot of solutions as well. I'd be very happy to share that. But most important, what I want to do today is to take those bilateral discussions forward so that we have the maximum outcomes for the annual summit when that happens. From our side, we've had quite a busy calendar. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval was here. Before that, our Minister of Railways and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnav, and the head of our Niti Aayog, Suman Berry, were here for SPIF. And all these show how close and deep our relationship is. The global context for our meeting today is provided by the evolving geopolitical situation, the shifting economic and trade landscape, and our shared goal is to maximize our complementarity. So today I am very confident that our exchange of views will be very fruitful, will be very productive, and will certainly contribute to making the annual summit as outcome oriented as possible. Thank you again for your warm welcome.
Now, let me now once again bring in my two colleagues, Chandrakala and Krutharth, who's joining us live from the newsroom. Krutharth, coming to you now. As S. Jaishankar was just saying that international relations are changing so much. There's the shifting geopolitical situation. This meeting is quite important and the world is watching it, especially the United States, keeping in the backdrop the tariffs that have been imposed on India for buying the oil from Russia. How crucial is this meeting between Indian External Affairs Minister and his Russian counterpart, Krutharth?
Akansha, if you look at the statements that have come in from the Russian embassy in the past 24 hours, that gives us a very deep insight into what these conversations are going to be about. I'm just reading an excerpt from that. Is promoting transportation, logistics, banking and financial chains independent from countries imposing sanctions. That is what something the Russian embassy had said in a statement about this key intergovernmental dialogue that is taking place between India and Russia, and that almost sums it up on how India and Russia are going to focus on deepening the trade and economic relationship and the partnership between these two nations in face of a direct reference to the US's quote-unquote secondary sanctions imposed on India's oil imports from Russia. It is truly a big statement that India is continuing its intergovernmental dialogue. It had a conversation with the Chinese as well back in New Delhi in the special representative mechanism, and now it's also talking to Russia. So in light of the Peter Navarro statement, White House Trade Advisor's statement that India needs to act as quote-unquote a strategic partner if it wants to be treated like one, India has reiterated in its statement with China as well that India bats for a multipolar, rules-based world order. And today, India also having its intergovernmental dialogue, which is a very long-standing, special, privileged global partnership that we share with Russian Federation, is something in continuation to its policy of a multipolar world order. It is not that any other country can dictate a sovereign country on who it conducts matters of trade with. And today, India and Russia will be discussing these aspects. Yesterday, we also saw the charge d'affaires of the Russian embassy also telling us how Russia plans to open up its market largely to facilitate any trade deficits that India may face in light of the US sanctions that have been imposed on its Russian oil imports, and how Russia is very eager and keen to welcome Indian goods into their own markets. At the same time, India and Russia also have a bilateral relationship in which the local currencies, rubles and rupees, are something which are very deeply used, something that is very unique to this partnership. So that will also promote these relationships vis-a-vis trade and economy, and we'll be closely monitoring the chats that happen in Moscow today.
Absolutely. So all eyes will be on the outcome of this very crucial meeting between the External Affairs Minister and his counterpart there in Russia. Thanks so much, Krutharth and Chandrakala, for all the details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Now, shifting our focus, let's tell you the top national stories of the day in under 1 minute.
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together, we can.
The Delhi police has agreed to enhance the security of the Chief Minister of the National Capital despite having Z+ security cover. Senior officials from the Delhi police claim that central government will be reviewing her security arrangements and might even enhance it following, remember, a physical assault by a 41-year-old man yesterday. In Gujarat's Junagadh, heavy waterlogging led to 3 to 4 individuals getting trapped inside a house. The National Disaster Response Force (NDRF) has promptly carried out a successful rescue operation, safely evacuating all those stranded due to the flooding. The Karnataka BJP unit has accused Congress MP from Tamil Nadu of being the mastermind behind the mass burial propaganda targeting the temple town of Dharmastala. The Bharatiya Janata Party has claimed that Senthil, a former IAS officer of Karnataka cadre, is fueling misinformation and challenged him to face an inquiry if he had no involvement in this controversy. And with this, we're taking a very short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll tell you how Republic TV has exposed, in fact, YouTubers and activists as far as the Dharmastala mass burial case is concerned. Karnataka police has arrested a hoax activist, Mahesh. We'll also give you updates on the high-speed car running over and killing an elderly man near the Air Force Station in Mullapur. Now, there's an allegation of a cover-up that has surfaced. Beer bottles have been found in the car that you can see on your screen. We'll tell you about this and much more on the other side. Stay with us.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो, मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार, क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
The Agni 5 missile, recently tested, exhibited a flight path that deviated from the typical ballistic trajectory expected of such missiles. Unlike the standard parabolic arc that characterizes most ballistic missile flights, the Agni 5's movement included a distinct zigzag pattern during its ascent, which is unusual for conventional ballistic trajectories. This deviation is not merely a visual anomaly, but a deliberate design choice, reflecting advancements in missile technology and strategic considerations. The zigzag pattern observed in the Agni 5's flight can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, it may be a result of the missile's guidance system making real-time corrections to its path. Modern ballistic missiles
We have a breaking news coming in as far as the Dharmastala mass burial case is concerned. After Republic TV exposed Dharmastala hoax, the focus is now on the Maoist media and the paid YouTubers there. Trouble mounts for Sameer and Mahesh, the anti-Dharmastala gang. Remember earlier today, Mahesh was arrested by the police. He has been taken to the police station. Now the trouble is mounting for Sameer as well, who's the YouTuber of that area for defaming Hindus and in fact hurting Hindu sentiments is what we are learning. And now the focus has shifted to the Maoist media, the paid activists and the YouTubers that have conspired to defame the Hindu temple will be facing the action now. In fact, YouTubers who led the campaign against the Dharmastala, this is a sacred temple in the sacred town, they will be arrested is what we are learning. And this is a big Republic TV impact that you can see on the screen. Those who took money, allegedly took money, will now be arrested. One of them is someone you can see on the screen on the left side of hand side of your screen. That is Mahesh, who has already been arrested. And now we're learning that another YouTuber, Sameer will also be taken into custody. So the trouble is mounting for the trio. Sameer and also, in fact, Mahesh is what we are learning. Republic took lead in the arrest of Sameer for his anti-Hindu content. And in fact, YouTuber Sameer will likely be arrested is what we are learning from our sources on the ground, that police team has reached his residence. And after Mahesh, now it is Sameer that who could be arrested there, and they will be facing the action, facing the law now to in fact defame the Hindu temple. All right, so in fact, this is a big crackdown on paid activists and YouTubers in Dharmastala. Remember, Bharatiya Janata Party and Hindu organizations, they have been protesting there, saying that there is a bid to defame the temple town, the Hindu temple there. And now, earlier today, Mahesh was arrested in this case, and the trouble is mounting for the other paid activists and the YouTubers there as well. In fact, what we're learning is that the police team led by the Dharmastala PSI Anand have arrived at YouTuber's Sameer's rented house in Bengaluru, and he will be taken in for questioning. Is the breaking update that we are getting for you in this point in time. In fact, he could also face action as far as defaming the Hindu temple is concerned. Let me go across to my colleague Abhishek, who joins us with more update on this. Abhishek, after Mahesh, we're learning that it could be Sameer who could be arrested in this case for defaming the Hindu temple, the Hindu sentiments as well. And the police team is at his residence even as we speak, and he could be taken in for questioning. What more are you learning about this?
Akanksha, with respect to MD Sameer, who owns a channel, YouTube channel named Dhuta, he was the actual person who actually brought this news, probably the fake news or the allegation against the family of Dharmastala, where he clearly stated, even without mentioning the name of the family and the temple, that that family was responsible for the rape, physical assault and murder of hundreds of women over a couple of years. And at this point of time, a complaint has been lodged against him. And this is the same person who is also facing an allegation that some of the amount or money has been diverted to his YouTube account for generating fake news against the Dharmastala and the family. This point of time, since the complaint has been lodged against Sameer MD, an FIR has also been registered as of now, and there are chances of him being arrested in the next couple of minutes, because we've already been informed that the police have reached his doorstep and they are waiting to take him into custody. If at all he doesn't cooperate to get into the custody of the police, they will have to forcibly arrest him, and they will also probably make sure that the incident will continue or the arrest will continue. On the other hand, we've also seen Mahesh Timurodi, who's also been taken into the custody by the Brahmavara police with respect to another situation where he spoke derogatory statements or words about BJP leader, Congress leaders and various other Hindu feelings. Now, this comes line to line parallel, because Sameer, Mahesh Shetty, Timurodi, Girish Mattananawar are believed to be a part of a conspiracy against Dharmastala. So we will have to see how this proceeds in the next couple of hours, Akanksha.
Absolutely. So all eyes will be on, in fact, the police action as far as Sameer is concerned. Abhishek, keep an eye on that as well. In fact, with this, we're taking a very short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll tell you about the Republic TV, how we have exposed the Dharmastala hoax. Karnataka police has arrested activist Mahesh, and now the focus is on another YouTuber, Sameer. And right now, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar is in fact meeting Russian counterpart. He is all set to discuss the bilateral agenda. We'll tell you about this and much more on the other side. Stay with us.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला
I choose a world where we care and we dare to love. I choose a world where we dream and the limit is the sky. And this world is my home where I'm living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics.
Living my best life.
Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
The Agni 5 missile, recently tested, exhibited a flight path that deviated from the typical ballistic trajectory expected of such missiles. Unlike the standard parabolic arc that characterizes most ballistic missile flights, the Agni 5's movement included a distinct zigzag pattern during its ascent, which is unusual for conventional ballistic trajectories. This deviation is not merely a visual anomaly, but a deliberate design choice, reflecting advancements in missile technology and strategic considerations. The zigzag pattern observed in the Agni 5's flight can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, it may be a result of
बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा, आर प्योर मसाला।
The Agni 5 missile, recently tested, exhibited a flight path that deviated from the typical ballistic trajectory expected of such missiles. Unlike the standard parabolic arc that characterizes most ballistic missile flights, the Agni 5's movement included a distinct zigzag pattern during its ascent, which is unusual for conventional ballistic trajectories.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Welcome, you're watching Republic TV with me, Akanksha Khajuria. Top of the hour, we'll get you details about the Dharmastala mass burial case, how now there's a focus on the money trail, and also the paid activists and YouTubers. One of them has been arrested. One, the police is at the residence of the other, even as we speak. We'll get you details about this. Let's start with the headlines first.
That I've had throughout the mission, while going up, while on orbit, and while coming back. भारत आज भी अंतरिक्ष से सारे जहां से अच्छा दिखता है। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Recalling his historic mission to International Space Station, Shubhanshu Shukla says India is best in the entire world. Shubhanshu Shukla shares an inspirational message to space aspirants, says never give up on your dreams.
Online money gaming, that is a segment which is causing a lot of harm to the society. We have to look at the interest of the society as paramount.
Online gaming bill passed in Rajya Sabha amid ruckus by the opposition parties. After Republic TV exposes Dharmastala hoax, Karnataka police has arrested one activist. High-speed car runs overs and kill an elderly man near Air Force Station in Mullapur in Punjab. Beer bottles have been found in this car. There's an allegation of cover-up that has also surfaced. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar has met with his Russian counterpart in Moscow. Big focus is on bilateral ties. And Republic TV smashes all records across time bands. Your channel is most watched and the most trusted. And he remains India's undisputed primetime king. Arnab Goswami debates Berry's landing channels, hits 92.8% record. Let's start with a breaking update coming in as far as the Dharmastala mass burial case is concerned, and this is the big impact of the Republic TV back-to-back exclusive coverage that we've been getting for you in the last few weeks. YouTuber Samir will now be arrested is what we are learning. Police team has reached his home in Karnataka. Dakshina Kannada Corps led by Dharmastala PSI Anand N. They have arrived at YouTuber Samir MD's rented accommodation in Bangalore, and he will likely be taken in for questioning. So there's a likelihood that he could be arrested in this case. Remember earlier today, another activist, Mahesh, was arrested in this case, and now the police is focusing on the paid activists and the YouTubers who could in fact be defaming the Hindu site, the Hindu temple, because Dharmastala is the sacred town. So Bharatiya Janata Party and several Hindu organizations, they've been saying that there's a bit to defame the Hindu area, the Hindu temple that is Dharmastala, and in that backdrop, now police is focusing on the paid activists and YouTubers as well. And now this is big crackdown on the YouTubers there. The police says that they might have taken money to do the negative, in fact, coverage of the Dharmastala mass burial case. In fact, this is a big crackdown on the YouTubers who conspired to defame, and they will now be facing strict action by the police. We are learning at this point in time the police has arrived at Samir MD's Bengaluru home. Let me go across to Abhishek, who's been tracking this story very closely. Abhishek, tell us about what is happening there on the ground. We're learning that police team is there at the spot right now. Give us more details.
Akanksha, an FIR had been registered against Samir MD, who owns a YouTube channel named Dhuta, from where the actual video, which was to defame Dharmastala, had been put up from. And at this point of time, we shouldn't forget that the video was 23 minutes long. He used various other fictional characters and AI tools to generate a video to mention about various other characters to defame Dharmastala. On the other hand, we've also seen that he never used the name of Dharmastala. He never used the name of the family or the people involved in this crime. However, he wanted to clearly send a message to the entire viewers of the YouTube channel that it indirectly meant Dharmastala, and it was directed at the family that was taking care of the administration of Dharmastala, indirectly Virendra Hegde and brothers. At this point of time, when the Hindu belief started being attacked, it was decided that a FIR had to be registered against him, and the police who have acted upon the FIR have now reached the residence of Samir MD, a rented plot in Banerghatta. The Dharmastala police have reached out to Samir MD's location. He will be taken into custody after questioning, and we are also expecting that he will have to face the legal trial, because it was alleged that by Kota Srinivas Pujari, the BJP MP who wrote the letter to Union Home Minister Amit Shah, that a team has been operating to defame Dharmastala in various other instances, and illegal money has been transferred to the people or the nexus who are beyond the screen to defame Dharmastala in various other ways. Indirectly mentioning Samir MD, because Samir MD is the person who actually uploaded a video with respect to defamation of Dharmastala. So we will have to see if the Samir MD is in his current location, I mean in Bengaluru, or has he shifted to any other place, or has he absconded to any other place. So this will be out in next couple of moments. Arjun, the sub-inspector of Dharmastala police station, is actually in Banerghatta, who is tracing out Samir, and he might be taken into custody in the next couple of minutes or hours. Akanksha.
Absolutely. So all eyes will be on that. What really happens there? The police team is there at his residence. He could be taken in for questioning. Remains to be seen whether he's there or not. In fact, stay on with us, Abhishek. We have another breaking news coming in. As far as the investigation in this mass burial case is concerned, the focus now is on the Maoist media, the paid YouTubers and activists. And the trouble, as my colleague also mentioned, is mounting for Samir and Mahesh for the anti-Dharmastala voices and in fact the statements that they have been making through their YouTube channel. As far as Samir is concerned, as my colleague has been saying, that he has uploaded a video on his YouTube channel regarding Dharmastala, which now the police says is in fact it's a bid to defame the Hindu temple and the Hindu sentiments there. All right, we have another breaking news coming in. We're learning that a protest by Dharmastala devotees in Kushal Nagar's Kodagu district has turned chaotic, as you can see on the screen. Supporters demanded to be allowed to speak, but police denied permission, leading to a clash there. The situation escalated with pushing and shoving between devotees and the police. Let me go across to Abhishek for more on this. Abhishek, do tell us about this protest that took place in Kodagu district. We're learning, and that we can see on the visuals as well, that it has turned chaotic. Supporters demanded to speak, but police denied permission. Put this into context. What really happened there?
Well, with respect to the incident that happened at Kushal Nagar or in Kodagu, we should also get back to a couple of days when Dharmastala incident started, or the hoax against Dharmastala started. Not only in the state of Karnataka, but we've also seen in various parts of the country people who have showed their respect towards Dharmastala and their support towards the Hindu religion. And at this point of time, we've also seen in various other cities a protest march against the perpetrators or probably the conspirators were held in various parts of the city to show that the Hindu community is united when it comes to the dharma or the religion, and they are in support with Dharmastala. And at this point of time, we have seen many Hindu activists who were assembled in Kodagu's Kushal Nagara to show their unity against the conspirators who are behind Dharmastala hoax. At this point of time, Puneet Kerihalli, an activist who was there to give a speech to the public who wanted to invite people towards Dharmastala for a protest march in the next couple of days. The police didn't allow the speech to happen. The police wanted to take Puneet Kerihalli into the custody, and at that point of time, he was also taken out from the location. He was patrolled towards the border of the area, and then he was let free. At this point of time, a fight broke out between the followers of the Dharmasthala or the Hindu protesters whoever was present there wanted the speech to continue without the interference of the police. However, this created a chaos for some time, and the police had to clear the situation, stating that there might be a hate speech that will be happening in the next couple of minutes, and this was the ground reason as to why they had to cancel the speech program. So we will have to see once again the version from the Hindu people or the protesters who were assembled there to show their support towards Dharmasthala. Akanksha.
Absolutely. Abhishek, do tell us about the money trail angle as well, because we are learning that police is also looking into that angle as well. Where did these activists, the YouTubers, get the money from to do this? Is there an angle of money laundering as well, Abhishek?
Very much, Akanksha, because we shouldn't forget that BJP MP Kota Srinivasa Pujari wrote a letter to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah stating that a serious nexus of people are involved in the defamation and the derogation of Dharmasthala, indirectly reducing the belief of trust and love towards the Lord Manjunatha in Dharmasthala, and also using the name of the family of Dharmasthala to reduce the belief on God. At this point of time, He also mentioned in the letter that these people, whoever are involved in this nexus, are getting funds from various other sources. At this point of time, he also demanded that Enforcement Directorate investigation be carried out with respect to the nexus which is operating behind defamation of Dharmastala, because if at all we unfold various series in the last couple of days, we have seen a YouTuber uploading a video which indirectly, despite not naming Dharmastala, he used the name of the family of Dharmastala and the temple. On the other hand, we've also seen Mahesh Timurodi, who has been taken into custody. In fact, Mahesh Shetty Timurodi has been taken into custody by the police because he also raised his voice against the family of Dharmastala, clearly mentioning that it not only hundreds, but there are much more deaths and rapes that have been occurred in the last couple of decades, and he will unearth them. On the other hand, the same Mahesh Timurodi spoke ill about the Chief Minister, Home Minister, and various other leaders from the BJP as well. He has also been taken into custody. Samir and Girish operated together is what we have been informed. Mahesh Shetty Timurodi, Girish Mattananavar, and Samir, who owns the YouTube channel. All these people are interlinked with each other when it comes to the matter of Dharmasthala. So at this point of time, Timurodi has been taken into custody by the Brahmavara police. Samir MD will be taken into custody or probably will be arrested by the Dharmasthala police in Bengaluru in the next couple of hours. On the other hand, we are also seeing if Girish Mattananavar will also be taken into custody by the police. So there is definitely a movement of illegal cash between all these accounts is what BJP MP has claimed, but we will have to see how the special investigation team reacts, or the Union Home Minister Amit Shah will react with respect to the ED's requirement or the demand from the state BJP MP, Akanksha.
Absolutely. So all eyes will be, in fact, on the arrest of the second accused in this case. Thanks so much, Abhishek, for all the details. In fact, let's now listen in to what the Bharatiya Janata Party there is saying, because in the last few days they have been saying that there's a bid to defame the Hindu temple, the Hindus there as well. Listen in to what Bharatiya Janata Party State President of, in fact, Karnataka, B.Y. Vijendra has to say on this.
Regarding Dharmasthala episode, when state government constituted SIT, Bharatiya Janata Party had welcomed this move. We never interfered in this matter. Now the issue is, when state government, whenever Hindu Karyakarta or any social activist, if they post anything on social media, without wasting any time, state government used to initiate action against those people. They used to arrest them. When it comes to taking action against Hindu Karyakarta or any social activist who posts anything on social media, when Congress government is so active in this, when Congress government is so active in taking action against those people, why Congress government is slow, or why they have not taken any action against the conspirators who are spreading false rumors in Dharmasthala episode?
Now shifting our focus to the national capital. Remember, there was an attack on Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta yesterday. Now another CCTV footage has come to the fore of the private residence of Chief Minister in Shalimar Bagh that is now surfaced. Now according to the CCTV footage that we will show you on the screen just now, accused Rajesh stayed at the Chief Minister's private residence for 12 minutes. He was talking to someone on the phone for 3 minutes. Entry was made in the register at the Chief Minister's private residence. Accused Rajesh, in fact, was seen sitting on the chair there as well, and was also seen making a video inside the Chief Minister's private residence. And that is something that you can see on the screen. This is, in fact, the visuals coming in from the private residence of the Chief Minister. He was there for 12 minutes and in fact, those there on the screen, these are the visuals from the private residence of the Chief Minister. Those are the visuals from outside the residence that you can see of the accused Rajesh scouting the area. In fact, also filming it in his mobile phone. There you can see carrying a bag, and these are the visuals from inside the Chief Minister's residence, and he was seen inside again scouting the area, making the entry in the register there and carrying that black bag. He entered from that gate, and there he made an entry on the register again, and these are the visuals again from the CCTV number 3 outside the Chief Minister's residence. He was seen waiting there for 12 minutes, again scouting the area, little trying to read about the situation there, the locality as well, and this is the visual coming in from outside the residence, the private residence of the Chief Minister in Shalimar Bagh. Let me go across to my colleague Akhil, who's been tracking every little detail of this story. Akhil, we have 3 CCTV footages that have come to the fore from both inside and outside the residence, the private residence of the Chief Minister. But clearly, the accused can be seen wrecking the area, scouting the area. He's on his phone, calling someone, being there for 12 minutes, talking to someone on the phone for 3 minutes as well. Has police said anything about the person that he was talking to? Was there a conspiracy? Multiple people involved as far as this case is concerned?
That's right, Akansha. If you see, at this point in time, Delhi police is trying to connect the dots between that individual and was there any other person that was also involved? Because if you see, this is the 4th CCTV footage that has come out into the foray, in which what we have seen that the accused was seen making videos just outside the ancestral residence of Delhi Chief Minister Ms. Rekha Gupta. If you see, what we have been learning that initially what has happened, that the accused who arrived 48 hours back in the national capital, and after that he directly visited Shalimar Bagh's residence of Chief Minister Rekha Gupta, and he tried to meet her over there. Then he got to know that recently Delhi Chief Minister Ms. Rekha Gupta has shifted to civil lines area, and after that he has arrived over there, and he also stayed a night at one of the shelters in the civil lines area. And after completing his Reiki work, he again then came back in the morning at around 7:30 am at the very residence of the Chief Minister. And after that, what we have got to learn that that for the Jan Sunwai program, he basically participated in that, and he entered into the premises of the Chief Minister at around 7:45 am. And when the program began, after that, what has happened, that when he found the right time, then he attacked the Chief Minister, in which what we have got to know that the Chief Minister has got severely injured. She has got some bruises as well, because her head got basically tapped on the table itself. So right now the Delhi police team is constantly questioning. There is a detailed interrogation by the central agencies and the Delhi police team as well in connection with the case. And Delhi police team is also monitoring his social media account, that was there any other person's involvement as well. And the person basically who's in question right now, Rajesh Khimji, did he send any of those videos to any other individual or not after committing such crime? Because the Delhi police team has recovered several footages from his phone. So that's a big concern for the Delhi police team to basically connect those dots, that whether that videos that the accused made has been sent or shared with anyone else or not. So the larger picture is in the Delhi police investigation right now, that whether he was the lone person who was basically conspiring everything against the Delhi Chief Minister Ms. Rekha Gupta, or was there any other individuals' involvement in connection with the case or not. So this is being verified by the Delhi police. Back to you.
Absolutely. All eyes will be on what really comes out of this investigation. The focus is on the conspiracy angle, as my colleague Akhil has stated. Thanks so much for all the details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Now let's have a look at the top national stories of the day. In fact, the Lok Sabha was adjourned with Speaker Om Birla lamenting the conduct of the opposition members during the monsoon session. He said that it was time for introspection for all. Not much discussion could take place during the month-long session. In fact, the session commenced on 21st of July. It went till today, but there was no proceeding that could be carried out. Listen in.
एक स्वस्थ परंपराओं का निर्माण करना चाहिए और हमारी कोशिश होनी चाहिए कि हम संसद के अंदर गरिमापूर्ण चर्चा करें, लेकिन मैं लगातार देख रहा हूं नियोजित तरीके से गतिरोध करना, नारेबाजी करना, तख्तियां दे रहना। मैं आपसे आग्रह करना चाहता हूं कि ये देश का सबसे बड़ी लोकतांत्रिक संस्था है, हमें इससे बचने का प्रयास करना चाहिए और संसद के अंदर भी और संसद के परिसर में भी हमारी भाषा संयमित और मर्यादित होना चाहिए। सहमति और असहमति होना लोकतंत्र की स्वाभाविक प्रक्रिया है, किंतु हमारा सामूहिक प्रयास होना चाहिए कि हम सदन की गरिमा को, मर्यादा को और शालीनता को बनाए रखें। माननीय सदस्य, मैंने हर माननीय सदस्य को हमेशा पर्याप्त समय, पर्याप्त अवसर दिया है, लेकिन जिस तरीके का आपका आचरण है, देश आपके आचरण को, आपकी कार्यप्रणाली को देख रहा है। मैं फिर आपसे आग्रह करता हूं कि हमें प्रयास करना चाहिए कि हमारी स्वच्छ लोकतांत्रिक संस्था के अंदर अच्छी परंपराएं, अच्छी प्रॉपर्टियों को हम लागू करें और इसके लिए सामूहिक चिंतन भी करना चाहिए और सभी राजनीतिक दलों को आत्म मंथन भी करना चाहिए ताकि देश की लोकतांत्रिक सोच संस्था की हम मर्यादा को बना रखें और यहाँ अपने आचरण व्यवहार से एक आदर्श स्थापित कर सकें। मैं इस सत्र की कार्रवाई में सहयोग हेतु माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का, सहयोगी साथियों का, लोकसभा सचिवालयों का, संबद्ध एजेंसियों का हार्दिक धन्यवाद व्यक्त करता हूं।
Now shifting our focus to the state of Punjab, there's a big crackdown on terrorists. What we are learning, we have breaking news coming in. Gangster arrested with arms are linked to the UK-based operative in Pakistan's ISI in an intelligence-led operation with the central agencies. Amritsar Rural Police has apprehended Malkeet Singh, his residence of Pandori in Amritsar, and police has recovered one hand grenade, one .0 bore pistol and 10 live rounds. And the initial investigation has revealed his direct links with UK-based gangster Dharmastala, a close aide of Harvinder Rinda, a Babbar Khalsa International operative based in Pakistan and backed by Pakistan's BSI. So this is in fact a big crackdown on terror. Pakistan-linked terror module has been busted by the Punjab police there. Let me go across to my colleague Lalit, who's been tracking this story very closely. Lalit, tell us about the recovery by the police and also by the involvement as far as this person is concerned and his connection to the Babbar Khalsa International.
Well, Akanksha, if we talk about the recovery, one hand grenade, one .30 bore pistol and 10 rounds have been found with the person who have been apprehended by the counterintelligence and the rural Amritsar police. So it's a big breakaway which the Punjab rural and the intelligence has got as the Babbar Khalsa International operative who was directly in touch with Harvinder Rinda and who was a close aide of UK-based gangster Dharmastala. So Malkeet has been arrested by the Amritsar Rural and Intelligence Police, in which one hand grenade, one .30 bore pistol and 10 rounds have been found, have been recovered from Malkeet Singh. Right now, police is further investigating the matter, and it's a major breakthrough which the intelligence and the Amritsar Rural Police has got.
Awesome.
Back to the studio.
Absolutely. In fact, this is a big terror crackdown as far as Punjab is concerned. This is a breaking update coming in. Gangster has been arrested with arms linked, and he's linked to the UK-based operative Babbar Khalsa International and Pakistan's ISI as well. And let's now get you the top national stories of the day in under 2 minutes. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has hit out at the opposition parties over their disruption of the parliament proceedings, citing the fact that only 37 hours of business has been conducted so far amid the ruckus caused by the opposition parties in the monsoon session of the parliament. Speaker Om Birla also warned that the protesting MPs will face penalties for the destruction of the government property, while also urging them to maintain the sanctity of the parliament. ISRO Chief V. Narayanan, along with Captain Shubhanshu Shukla and Union Minister Jitendra Singh, gave a press briefing earlier today. The press briefing saw the discussion of the success of EXIM-4 mission while also addressing the nation about ISRO's upcoming Gaganyaan mission. This mission will be India's first human space flight program, aiming to send 3 Indian Air Force pilots into the space by 2027 in an Indian-made aircraft.
For the 2 weeks on the ISS, the work that we had, the job that we had was we had to perform the experiments that were conceived, developed and realized by the Indian researchers, and also to perform STEM demonstrations and just capture photographs and videography to bring it back to you. So that was the primary job while we were up on their station.
Astronaut and fighter pilot Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, who conducted the EXIM-4 mission, met with the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in the national capital today. His meeting with the Defence Minister comes days after he met with the Prime Minister in his residence in the national capital. They had discussion on the mission, EXIM-4 mission, his space research of the 18 days on the International Space Station, as well as India's space future, among other things. In an intelligence operation with the central agencies, the Amritsar police has recovered a hand grenade, a pistol, 10 live rounds from the person who may have ties with the Babbar Khalsa International as well as Pakistan's ISI. The accused, identified as Malkeet Singh of Pandori of Amritsar, has been found to have direct links with Dharma Sandhu, who is a close aide of Harvinder Rinda, who is a Babbar Khalsa International operative based in Pakistan and also backed by Pakistan's ISI. Further details are awaited as the investigation in this case continues.
Amity has been ranked among the top universities globally for producing the most employable graduates by the Times Higher Education UK. Yet another testimony to Amity's excellent placement record.
थोड़े में ज़्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा।
Being a legend means reaching a point where no one else has. To give others a dream worth chasing. 10 years of Creta, legend forever.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
It's good to see you all. आप लोगों के सिर्फ सवाल सुने थे अभी तक, बट अब चेहरे भी दिख रहे हैं, तो अच्छा।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज़्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा।
The Agni 5 missile, recently tested, exhibited a flight path that deviated from the typical ballistic trajectory expected of such missiles. Unlike the standard parabolic arc that characterizes most ballistic missile flights, the Agni 5's movement included a distinct zigzag pattern during its ascent, which is unusual for conventional ballistic trajectories. This deviation is not merely a visual anomaly, but a deliberate design choice, reflecting advancements in missile technology and strategic considerations. The zigzag pattern observed in the Agni 5's flight can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, it may be a result of the missile's guidance system making real-time corrections to its path. Modern ballistic missiles
A very good afternoon, viewers. You're watching Live and Breaking, and I am Rakshita Mishra with you, viewers. We'll get you the top stories that we're tracking today. First, the headlines.
Going up, while on orbit and well coming back. भारत आज भी अंतरिक्ष से सारे जहां से अच्छा दिखता है. जय हिंद, जय भारत.
Recalling his historic mission to International Space Station, Group Captain Shukla says India is the best in the world. Shuk shares an emotional and inspirational message to space aspirants, says never give up on your dreams. Online gaming bill passed in Rajya Sabha amid ruckus by the opposition. After Republic Kannada exposes Dharmastala hoax, Karnataka police arrest the hoax activist Mahesh Thimmarodi. An high-speed car runs over and kills an elderly man near Air Force Station in Mullanpur. Beer bottles found in the car, allegations of a cover-up surface. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar meets Russian counterpart Lavrov, a big focus on bilateral ties. Republic TV smashes all records across time bands. Your channel is the most watched and most trusted. And he remains India's undisputed primetime king. Arnab Goswami debate buries landing channels. It's 92.8% record. So, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has now called for a strong reaction from the United States if Russian President Vladimir Putin refuses to hold a bilateral meeting with him. While Trump is attempting to mediate, he has acknowledged that he will not be open to negotiations of making a deal now, despite Zelensky's push for direct talks. So, there were talks about a trilateral also, viewers.